In this session, we are going to discuss Python function arguments. We know that passing arguments to a function is optional. We may not pass any argument. We may pass one or more than one arguments. So argument passing to a function is optional. A function may or may not have arguments passed. A function can have fixed or variable number of arguments. As we discussed that that is the variations while passing variable number of arguments to a function. So how to pass variable number of arguments to a function? So that can be categorized in three different heads. So there is a Python default arguments, Python keyword arguments, then Python arbitrary arguments. So to discuss more on them, I think the theoretical concept will not be sufficient enough. Let us go for one practical demonstration. We'll be showing that how these Python default arguments, Python keyword arguments and Python arbitrary arguments can get implemented using Python coding. So here is the demonstration.
A function may or may not have its input arguments. Also, a function may or may not return anything. So here we are defining one function. The name of the function is findMax. It is having a and b as input arguments. So here if a is greater than b, they return a, that means which is the maximum one will be returned, and that's why the name of the function is findMax here. So if a is greater than b, return a, else it will return b here. So this function is having input parameters a and b. So while calling this findMax, we are passing parameter 10 which will be assigned to the variable a, and also passing 20 which will be assigned to the variable b here. So if 10 is greater than 20, the condition is false, so it will return the value b, that means 20 will be returned, and that we can print here. So let us go for the execution. So max number between 10 and 20 is 20. So if I make this one as 100, if I make this one 100, then obviously the output will be accordingly changed. So max number between 100 and 20 is 100 here. So in this way I have shown you that how a function can take input arguments and how it can return a value. Next one, we are going for this hello. Here we are having two parameters. One is the name, another one is the message. The message is having one default argument. So it will print hello and then name and the message. So here you see we have passed the first argument as Ognivo, so that will be assigned to the name, and the second argument we have passed as have a nice day, and that will be assigned to the message. So in the second time when I'm calling this hello function, we are passing only Ognivo, not the second argument we are passing. In that case, as the second parameter is missing, it will take the default value of the second parameter. So let us go for the execution. You can find that hello is coming from this particular string. So hello Ognivo comma have a nice day. I passed this have a nice day, so that's why it has got printed accordingly. Next one is hello Ognivo, how are you? Because I didn't pass the second argument, second parameter is not being passed. As a result of that, the default argument is actually is getting assigned onto this message variable. Okay, now let us go for the another one. So here you see we are having one function. The name of the function is sumall, which will take the function with the arbitrary arguments. So sum is equal to 0. For I in arguments, sum is equal to sum plus I and return sum. So here this star args will indicate that here you can pass multiple number of arguments as required. There is no upper limit. We can pass multiple number of arguments as required. So in that case, for I in args, so it will retrieve one of the arguments at a time, and that argument will get added with the sum. Before going for this addition, we have made this sum initialized with the value 0, and then we are having this return sum. So let us go for the execution. So with this particular function sumall, we have passed 5 parameters. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If we just go on adding, you are going to get here 15. So that's why sum of all the integers between 1 to 5 is 15 here. So sum of all integers. So this particular line has got printed. So in this way you can have a function with the variable number of arguments in our Python. Now let us go for this particular method. So here the method name is default argument. It is having 3 input parameters a, b and c, and their values will get printed. So default argument has been called with these values 10, 20 and 30. Okay, now let me go for the execution of the same. I'm finding this one, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to 30 here. So now I'm just doing some changes in my code. Here I'm not passing the third parameter. I'm passing only 10 and 20. Then what is the outcome? We are finding one error. There is a type error. It is showing one error. There is a type error, and it is telling that default argument function missing one required positional argument, that is C. Because I didn't pass the third argument, so C has got not initialized. So what we are doing, I'm just here putting here 300. If I execute the code, you can find that as I didn't pass the value for C, so the default argument is getting assigned on this C variable. Okay, now next one. I'm doing some changes here. Here I'm not passing the value for B. If I go on execution, you can find that I'm finding one error, and it is telling that default argument function missing one required positional argument B. So the value for B is missing here. So that is the problem. So we are doing this one in this way. We're retrieving this problem in this way. We're resolving this problem in this way. Now you can find that we're having this 200. The default argument is being assigned, and this default argument is being assigned, and 10 as I passed, that will be assigned to A here. Okay, next one. I'm not passing anything. I'm just making only this one. So if I go for execution, you can find that default argument function missing one required positional argument, that is A. So in that case, what will happen? In that case, I should make some default argument to be mentioned. You see, so all the default values have got assigned here. So in this way, I've shown you that how the default arguments are playing their roles. Now next time I'm going for the another one. I'm just mentioning that B is equal to 222, C is equal to 333, and here we're having this A is equal to 111. We're having this one. So now if I go on executing, you can find that we're having this 111, 222, 333. You can also see that I have mentioned them in different order, not in the order in which we have actually defined them in the function input parameters. So here we can mention explicitly that this 222 will be assigned to B, 333 will be assigned to C, and 111 will be assigned to A, and accordingly the values have got mapped. So I'm just making a copy of it and just withdrawing this assignment. So in that case, as the value of C is missing, so the default value 300 will be assigned to C. So default value 300 will be assigned to C. So in this way, I have shown you that how these arguments can be of different types, how the what is the your default arguments, how to write one function which will take multiple number of arguments as required. So we are giving you the demonstration with some examples to make your conception clear on Python functions. Thanks for watching this video.